Last tree is cut, last fish is caught, and the blood river is pointed, and through the air is so sickening, you will realize too late that the wealth is not in a bank account, that you can't eat the money you own. Before I begin, let's give a moment of silence to the flora and fauna that have been destroyed by the hand of the human race. Assalamu alaikum and greeting to the honorable judges, teachers and friends, as well as all the members of the audience. My name is MuhdHazimSyahmie bin Harun. I'm from Sekolah Menengah Kebahasaan Geting. And today, I would like to deliver a speech entitled, Can We Fix Climate Change? Never before in human history have we been richer, more advanced and powerful. And yet, we feel so overwhelmed by the rapid changing of climate. It is simple on the surface. Greenhouse gases trap energy from the sun and emit it to the atmosphere. This leads to warmer winter and harsher summer. Dry place become drier, wet place become wetter. Countless ecosystems will die, while the rising ocean swallow coast and the city humankind beyond them. Why don't we just prevent all of that? Well, it is complicated and not as easy as ABC. Debates after debates have been held, but no solution has been found. Before we go on how to prevent, we should look into the problem first. Modern industrial society as we've been in the last 150 years is inherently destructive to the planet. Basically, everything we do to make our life easier is making things worse to the biosphere. The food we eat, the street we walk, the clothes we wear, the gadget we use, the way we move, and the pleasant temperature we artificially create. All of this contribute to the global warming and thus making the climate change. While most people know about the serious impact of energy and transportation, these major contributors to climate change are barely discussed. The emissions leaking out of landfill are as significant as the emission of all the jets in the air. More CO2 are released to make sure our home become comfortable compared to all the car combined. And the emission produced while making a new car is equivalent just building 2 meters of road. So it's nice to switch electric cars, but it won't fix anything if we still continue to build the road the same way. Fixing a small part of the industrial system is not helping us win this fight. Every different part is needed to help us find a solution to end climate change for once and all. There are many grey areas in this fight. The most prominent one are the divide between the rich and poor. Emission versus poverty. There are clear connection between the prosperity of a nation and its carbon emission. Richer people tend to cause more emission, so the key to fix climate change is simply for the world richest to cut back on their extravagant lifestyle, right? Well, this would help. It will solve the main issue. This is because 63% of global emission come from low to middle income countries where most people are trying to, at worst, trying to escape poverty and at best achieve a comfortable lifestyle. The unfortunate reality is that escaping poverty creates unavoidable emission. So asking developing countries to cut back emission just look like an attempt to keep them down. It's hard to argue that regions should protect their forests and spend money on solar panels instead of coal, but it can't even meet basic needs for significant part of its population. So cutting back is not in a popular demand, especially if the country making this demand got rich by causing environmental damage in the past. For billions of people, more emissions are a good thing personally. When we forget about this, we tend to propose unworkable solutions. For example, 8% of CO2 emissions are released by the concrete manufacturing industry. Should we just stop using concrete? The answer is no. Concrete is a cheap and easy to use for developing countries to be affordable and comfortable life for its citizens. There are many examples like this. In principle, of the issue can be overcome, but there are many things we don't know how to overcome yet. The most problematic one is food. Emit or die. We soon need to feed 10 billion people, and we don't know how to do that without emitting greenhouse gases. The modern nature of food production is that it requires fertilizer. It is impossible to have zero emission food. Rice alone emits so much methane each year that it is practically equal to the emission of all the air traffic in the world. What is worse, that the food we like the most emit the most. 57% of food emissions come from animal-based food, although they make up only 80% of world calories and 87% of it protein. And as people grow richer, they want more meat. Traditional diet in most cultures were primarily plant-based with little meat on top, but with the rise of industrial-style production and factory farming, meat has become a staple food, a regular indulgence in developed countries, and a symbol of status and wealth in developing countries. Today, about 40% of our habitable land is used for food production of some form. This land, which we can otherwise allow native ecosystem to regrow, like the forest in the Amazon, has sucked up all the carbons out of the atmosphere, but most of it is used to feed animals. The available solutions are uniquely able to make everyone on the political spectrum, rich or poor, happy, unhappy. In the end, it is pretty simple. Eating less meat alone will stop climate change, but we can stop climate change without eating less meat. It is urgently necessary to find a solution to global warming. We must work together to combat the issue of the global warming. The first action that can be performed to prevent the dire effect of global warming is to plant more trees. The carbon cycle will be controlled by increasing the amount of greenery. The use of renewable energy such as wind or solar energy, which produce less pollution and consequently slow the pace of global warming, should replace non-renewable energy. The most crucial part to be made to combat global warming is to reduce energy consumption on a personal level and avoid squandering any energy. The alarm is going off to rouse up from the deep slumber of comfort we have fallen into. In the past time, we have accepted that the human can combat nature. Fighting off catastrophic effect of climate seems improbable given our scientific advancement and technical innovation. We must keep in mind that we borrow the land from the next generation rather than inheriting it. It is our duty to leave them a healthy planet where life may exist. I'm ending my speech with a poem from Matthew Oldsman, letter to someone living 50 years from now. Most likely you would think we hate the elephant, the golden tooth, the thylacine, and the all variation of whale, harpoon or hack into existence. It must seem with salt to leave you nothing, but benzene, mercury, the stomach of seagull repelled with the jet fuel and plastic. You would probably doubt we were capable of joy, but I assure you, we were. We still had the night sky back then, and like our ancestors, we admired the illuminated doodles of scorpion outline and upside down ladders. Absolutely, there was some forests left. Absolutely, we still have some lakes. I'm saying it wasn't all lead paint and sulfur dioxide. There were bees back then, and they pollinated a euphoria of flowers, so we might contemplate the great mystery and finally ask, hey guys, what descendants? And then all the bees were dead. Thank you.